Hello, my name is Robbie. On here, I'm Templar Knight. Every person who believes in God but doesn't attend church has a story why. But said whenever two or more gather in his name, that he is there. So this is church. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I watched a movie this weekend that really got me thinking. It's probably old and not a lot of people may have seen it, but I really enjoy it. It's called The Truman Show, and it stars Jim Carrey. I don't know how many people have seen that or if it's even relevant. I found out that a lot of the references I make are dating myself and how old I am. But it was a good movie when it came out, and I really enjoyed it. It was standard Jim Carrey comedy, but it had a really unique twist to it. I'm gonna do spoilers here, so if you haven't seen the movie and you plan on watching it, don't watch, because I'm gonna tell you what it's about. But it's been like 20 years since it came out, so meh. The movie stars a man who essentially was the first 24-hour streamer. It's about a guy who was born under the camera, and his entire life he has lived and grown up on the big screen. A giant stadium was constructed with an entire town around it, and actors and everyone, the whole world was created for this TV show. And everyone knew about the TV show except the guy starring it. His name was Truman, and that's why they call it The Truman Show. He was the only person who was not a part of the show, and he was just living a normal life, fully unaware of all the cameras and all the actors and everything going on in this world, that it was just a giant reality TV show. And I like the movie. It's good. It's got its funny moments. It's got some good drama. And it's also theoretically one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. Now, the reason I say that is, when that movie came out, I was at a stage in my life where I was going to church and I was a Christian, kinda, but I didn't quite have faith. I felt that I was just pretending to be, the whole fake it till you make it. I didn't have a full understanding of God, and I felt that I was just pretending to do it. I was a faker. It wasn't real for me. And I knew all the things I was supposed to say. I knew how I was supposed to pray. I had all the actions memorized. But I didn't have it in my heart, and I didn't understand it yet. So the idea of a TV show starring one person who doesn't know about it, where everything in their life is seen, it scared me. Because there was a lot in my life that was kind of a lie. A lot of things that I was doing that, looking back, I'm kind of ashamed of. And the thought that, what if I'm just a part of some reality show? What if nothing in my life is real, and I'm just here so that people can watch me? Kind of weirded me out. It was really scary for me, because there were so many parts of my life that I didn't want under the camera. You know, you bring that up to where we're at now. When I stream, it's because I'm choosing to stream, that I'm mentally here, I'm prepared, I'm ready. I'm showing you the side of me that I want everyone to see and know. But there are times in my day when I'm glad the camera's not rolling. Even to this day, I mean, Work Robbie has come a long way, but he still has further to grow. And I'm trying to get him under control. And there's still parts of me that I keep locked up and hidden because I don't want the world to see that part of me yet. I'll get there one day, but I need secrets. And that show scared me because Truman lived his life without really any secrets. Everyone knew everything about him. They tuned in to watch him all the time. 24 hours a day, his show was running. Now there's a parallel to that. Despite how much I don't want to admit it, someone is always watching me. Always. It says it right there in the Bible. Genesis chapter 28, verse 15. Jesus comes to a man in a dream and he says, I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go. Now, I know that's meant to be very reassuring, but it kind of scares me and makes me a little ashamed because I wish God wasn't watching me all the time. I'm not the man I wish I was. But it goes on, and the verse says, I will bring you back to this land, and I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. Now, I like the power in that verse because that is acceptance. That's God telling someone, I'm with you all the time. I see everything you're doing, and I will never leave you. I will always be with you. So me being afraid, it's stupid and it's petty, and I shouldn't be. Because God will never leave me. He sees every aspect of my life. And He's still there for me. I had a conversation with someone the other night that really got me thinking. We were talking about lost relatives. And it crossed my mind. You know, there's always the whole phrase that you say to someone when someone dies. So, I'm sure they're looking down on you from heaven right now. I hope not. The last thing I really want is my relatives who have passed on seeing every aspect of my life. And I know it's odd because that's always the thing you say. Oh, I'm sure they're looking down on you and they're proud of you right now. This is, I want to do something that I've always been fond of doing and has been kind of a make or break with most of the programs I've done. I want to go into theory. I want to go into something that there is no certain answer to. It's just something that I've looked into and what I've come to believe. Now this next section, take it or leave it if you want, but I want to talk about heaven. Because when our loved ones die, if they accepted the Lord into their heart and they asked for forgiveness for what they did in their lives, that's where they're at. Now, I've spent years researching angels and heaven and the afterlife and the stuff that cannot be proven, because that's what fascinates me. And I've got a really unique view on heaven. If any of this, if you're curious about any of this, by all means feel free to hit me up on a message or call me, text me, let me know if you have any questions or cares or concerns. But I'm going to share my personal opinion on heaven based off of the research I've done. So what is heaven? Well, obviously heaven is, it's It's where God's at. It's where the angels are. There are different tiers to it. But I like to explain heaven in a more simplistic way. What do I think a day in heaven is going to be like? So let's say it's however many years down the road, I've passed on and have gone up to heaven. So what do I do every day now that I'm there? So the first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to wake up. And it's going to be different because I'm not going to hurt anymore. At my age, waking up reminds me that my knees hurt, my arms hurt. Sometimes I have sore muscles, my back is out. But there's no pain in heaven. That I can prove. That's in the Bible. That's Revelation 21 verse 4. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, or mourning, or crying, or pain. No more mourning, no more crying, no more pain. Honestly, as humans, here on earth, we all know pain. We're all feeling it, probably all the time. We've just gotten used to it. We've accepted it as the norm. We've all got stuff physically, mentally, and emotionally that hurt us every day. Well, not in heaven. So when I wake up in heaven, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of bed. And I'm going to stretch and I'm going to feel rested. And my arms won't be sore. My carpal tunnel won't be acting up. My knees aren't going to be aching. I'm not going to have to worry about making sure I support my weight properly when I roll out of bed so I don't throw my back out. I'm just going to be able to get up and not be in pain. I'm going to go grab something to eat. And then I'm going to head off to the main event. Because when I think of heaven, the easiest way I can describe it to people is, let's say there's a sporting event. A lot of people like sports. So you're going to some sporting event. It's this huge arena. And as you pull up, everyone is celebrating. Huge tailgate party. I mean, I don't do sports often, but I've seen this on movies. I know the thrill. Your team has just won, and everyone is in that parking lot celebrating. You got the people with the trucks, they got their grills out there making burgers and hot dogs, and there's plenty of great food to eat. Everyone is so happy. They're just, everyone there. Everyone loves you, and they're all excited to see you. So you walk up, and there's the guy you saw last week. Hey, how have you been? Greet him, big ol' hug. Hey, man, can I get a burger? Yeah, man, have a burger. Hand you a drink, because... Okay, yes, in my heaven, there's a little bit of drinking. Nothing bad, no drunkenness. In the Bible, there was drinking, too. Just enough to make your fingers a little tingly, that good feeling. For those of you who drink, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't, wait till you're 21, drink responsibly. You'll learn. So you're in heaven. You're sitting in this parking lot. The tailgate party is going. You got a great burger in one hand, cooked to perfection. You got your beverage of choice, whether it be Mountain Dew or anything else, in your other hand. Life is great. Everyone is celebrating. You know why we're celebrating? Because inside that stadium, that's where God's at. That's where his throne is. That's where the cherubim are, the seraphim, all of the heavenly host, all of the elites that, honestly, we're not allowed in there because we're just souls. We're just humans. We don't get to go in the stadium. We cannot be in God's presence. But we get to be outside the stadium, and we get to celebrate because the war is won. Jesus won the war. And we get to celebrate that every day. And even better, there's neon signs scrolling along the side saying the names of every person who has accepted Jesus into their lives and is either on their way now or will be. And you're just looking at the board and you're seeing people like, dude, I know him. Yes! Endless celebration. That's heaven for me. That's what I've come to see it as. As the day goes on, night goes through, endless celebration, endless party. The music is bumping, the food is great. And I go home and I go to bed. Thank God for the heaven He created for me. And I wake up the next day and I do it again. And I get to continue doing it for the rest of eternity. Every day. Celebration, worship, and praise to my God for what He did. That's how I view heaven. Everyone's all like, well, I'm going to go to heaven, I'm going to see God. No, you're not. We don't get to see God. God is more than we are capable of comprehending. But we get to see what He created. You know, the angels, they might come out and hang out with us for a while. You know, they'll come and chill. They'll get down, show some dance moves on the floor. They will come and celebrate with us. But a lot of heaven's entities are entirely too much for us to contain. So when I wonder if my relatives are looking down on me, no, probably not. They've got a celebration to attend to. They may have loved me, and I'm sure they're watching for my name scroll across on that billboard, say, hey, this guy's on his way up, or hey, this guy's on the list. He'll be here when we're ready. But I don't think they're just staring at us, watching every little thing we do. That's what God's doing. God's keeping tabs on us. It's almost weird to think about that. It almost seems a little cold to say, nah, man, your great grandma's up in heaven, but she don't care about you anymore. She busy. Man, I'm sorry you lost your father. If he's in heaven, he's got other stuff to do right now. He's looking forward to seeing you when you get here. But he's probably not watching. I'm sorry, this is coming across a little more harsh than I intended it to. I get so excited thinking about what heaven is and what it should be that, you know, no offense, if God decides to take me tomorrow and I'm up in heaven, I'm not going to be concerned with what's going on right now. I'm not going to be concerned with what you all are doing with your lives. What I am going to be doing is hoping that you make that choice to join me one day. Because I'm going to be too busy to keep tabs on you. I've got worship and celebration awaiting me. Right now, as I sit here, a mortal man living on earth, you people are some of the most important things to me. Right now, knowing that your name is getting put on that billboard means everything to me. But when I'm in heaven, I will be too busy celebrating. So right here, right now, let's put in this work. Let's get people's names on that acceptance list. Let's share God's love with everyone who may not know Him. Let's make those introductions. Let's say, hey, you heard about my man Jesus? He loves you. He's got a plan for you. He cares about you and will never leave you. He's got a place for you in heaven if you choose to accept it. Let's get people on this list. Everyone we care about now. Let's fight for them. Because when we're gone and we're in heaven, they won't matter to us anymore. Let's fight the good fight. Let's go out and say